Hello, replay people. I had this idea of putting a fan on my tripod. Hi, Darla. And I'm not sure if it's kind of making my picture a little bit blurry, but can you hear me? Can you see me? Let me know. Hi, Tate. Welcome, everybody, to tonight's beach report. It's the first beach report of the day, of the evening. Okay, thank you. Thank you for the sound and face check. Thank you, Fabio. I haven't done anything yet. My gimbal also does not really like the fan. I don't know. Okay, good. It is super hot out here tonight. Oh my gosh, Fort Lauderdale. It's like a heat wave burning in my heart. It just gets hotter and hotter every day, it seems. It's a hot girl summer, and not in the way you think. So, what's everybody up to this evening? It is Thursday, July 5th or 6th. I don't even know. Hot child in the city, do 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 do, running wild and looking pretty. Yeah, it's a hot summer in the city. Oh my gosh, it's August. Thank you, Tate. I never know what day it is. Sometimes I don't even know what month it is. I can't believe it's already August. When the hell did that happen? It's amazing, isn't it? Shopping at New Dick's Sporting Goods. County Fair. That's fun, Fabio. County fairs are nice. That's a great thing about summertime is it is a good chance for people to get together and go to county fairs and spend time with the kids, ride the stupid rides. They scare me, those rides, you know. They put them up so quickly, and every year you hear some horror story about those rides. Oh, sitting with the dogs, that's the best. Hey, Rowdy, what are you doing over there in England? I have a question, too, for you. I notice that you guys often call it the UK. Do you not call it England anymore? Carnival rides are a big no. I agree. You gotta be crazy to get on a carnival ride or trust your kid to them. Hey, Adamir. Welcome, welcome everybody. I have, yes, England, but why do you not call it England? This is what I want to know, Rowdy, because every time somebody from England or the UK, otherwise known as the UK, comes on the beach report, you guys always say hello from the UK. You never call it England anymore, and I'm wondering why. Is it not merry old England anymore? Do enlighten me, please. It's a serious question. I want to know what's going on with that. It's funny how different places have different names. Hey, Inspiring. Hey, I'm so glad you're here and you're a member. Woo woo! I got to do another new member show. That's awesome. Oh, thank you so much. That makes my day. Welcome, welcome to membership. You won't regret it. We have a lot of fun on the member show. Oh, I have a light on here too. Now I look like I'm in a horror show. No, that's not working out very well for me, is it? No, bad news bears. Oh well, trying the best that I can with the limited resources that I have. Anyway, welcome everybody. Member shows are a blast. Hi, Wes. You're another one who should be a member. So now that I see we've got 20 people on, one of my followers sent me this message, and I think everybody might want to listen to this one. Go into each one of your apps on your phone And look at the permissions that they all have. Hey, Nicole is here. She's been waiting all day. I know, I'm sorry. I don't know any good jokes, Rowdy. I'm not the joker. I'm a joker. I'm a smoker. I'm a midnight toker. I gotta bring my camera over here so I have a little more light. Hello, turkey. Okay, that's a lot better, right? Now you can see me. Oh, cleaning the kitchen. Ugh, nobody wants to do that. Glad it's done, right? Okay, so it is cloudy here. I was hoping to do a sunset show, and there's really not a good sunset tonight, so I will be on for a bit. Nicole, you just got on now. You're brand new. I just started the show like 6.5 minutes ago, so yes, I have an exciting show for you tonight. Hawaii is in the building. Welcome, Robert. Aloha. We're in Fort Lauderdale, Crispy. Lou the chicken dude is on. Oh my gosh, everyone's on tonight. Yay, woo woo. This is gonna be fun. Okay, so maybe I should wait a little bit before I start talking about something important because people are still coming on right now. So that's good. It's good to see you all. Welcome to tonight's beach report. I'm trying to get my lighting a little bit better. There, how's that? Because it's only going to get darker out here. Hi, Carol. Good evening. Glad you're here. Oh, you listen to worship music while you clean the kitchen. That's what I do too. That makes cleaning so much more fun. Of course, I remember Robert from Hawaii, who talks in all caps, and that's okay. Hi, Alan. Good to see you. Another one from the UK. So, Alan, I'm asking everyone from the UK, how come you guys call it the UK and not England? This is my question as an American. I don't know. Enlighten me, please. It's interesting. Okay. So, I want you guys to think about, oh, my favorite worship artist. Well, that's easy, Diane DeNoble. She is a friend of mine. Check her out. She's new as far, well, I don't know, she's always done worship music, but Diane DeNoble is right now my very favorite. So that's cool, Robert. You got a trademark. It's always good. So yes, go ahead and check out Diane DeNoble. She's on YouTube. You guys are gonna love her. She's the one that did the song Fearless. Diane and then Denoble. Diane DeNoble. Check her out. Okay, so Alan's explaining we have 3 countries in one: England, Scotland, and Wales. So when you talk about the UK, you could be talking about England, Scotland, or Wales. Is that right? And where are you? Crazy history. We all know England's got some crazy history, but then again, don't we all? Hey, Papa Smurf Ron is in the house. Hello, Ron. Good to see you. Okay, you're in England. So why not say England? I'm just trying to figure it out. It's but it's interesting how the UK is like 3 different places. Reminds me of Jesus. The Holy Trilogy. Okay, so this is interesting. Listen to this. Listen up. What does GTCU2 mean? Good to see you too. Ah, got it. It didn't take me too long to figure that one out, huh? You know what else I love about the Beach Report? I love how you guys are all getting to know each other and have your own little relationships in the chat. And I mean that in a good way. I like that everyone's friends on the Beach Report because we are family. I got all my sisters with me. So, hello. And now Connie's here. Yay! Good to see you, Connie. Everyone's on tonight. We're still missing some people, though. We are always positive on the Beach Report, don't you know? Like, share, and subscribe. Well, I think everyone on right now is already a subscriber. Tell me if I'm wrong. Is there anybody new on the Beach Report tonight? Let me know. Okay. So, there's Raccoon Man. Every time I go to start talking, then I see someone else new come. Well, not new. Raccoon Man's not new. Definitely part of the Beach Report family. Okay. All right. I'm gonna tell you guys about something. Hey, Satan. Hi, Luis. I'm glad you're here. You should always tune in. All right, let's get started. The weather's always amazing. It's Florida. Well, we are in our rainy season, so we had some storms today, but nothing too bad, thankfully. I know people have been getting really bad weather lately. I know, right, Nicole? Yeah, Satan, what's up with that? We don't really like Satan here. Just saying. Anyway, tell us why you chose that name. Yeah, my friend was afraid about the hurricane. She's in Florida too. Well, we don't have any hurricanes today, so we're fine. Here's the good thing about hurricanes in Florida. Number one, you always know before they come. It's not like something that's a big surprise. They give you a few days notice so you can get out. And no, we don't. You're right, Nicole. The other thing about hurricanes in Florida is that we usually know where they're going to hit. So you can go a different place. Yeah, Satan, I don't know what that means. You're going to have to redeem yourself. Your name is not doing well for you. And Ron's not playing. No, we don't like Joe Biden either. Raccoon Man's right about that. Joe Biden and Satan, practically the same thing. It's so true. Oh, I can do a show about what Joe Biden did to our country. If you want me to, I actually set the whole thing up. I don't think I read what I wrote, so I can go there if you'd like to. But before I do, I want to talk about something that is also pretty much satanic and horrible for us, we the people. Okay. You guys need to know that, yeah, very sick and depraved man, apparently. Anyway, I want to talk about being tracked. I want to talk about the fact that your phone is more than just a window onto the world. It's a window onto your life. And if you haven't realized that by now, I'm going to tell you some things that are not going to make you very happy. Will it change your habits? I don't know. However, you know how you have all those apps on your phone? I didn't know Ron DeSantis was running for president, Luis. I will make up my mind when the time comes. I don't want to, exactly. It's a little too early to talk about voting for president. Okay, anyway, you know, you've got all these apps on your phone. They do not all need certain permissions at all, but each and every app is tracking us. Carol knows. Listening to every word we say, smart TVs, even your smart refrigerator is watching you. But we're talking about the phones right now. This is what one of my followers sent me this, and it is very interesting. So every app, Google, Meta, Apple, Amazon, whatever you have, they have a profile on you. They know when you so much as pick your damn nose. They are listening to every time we talk on the phone. They are monitoring all of our texts. You guys know Raccoon says they're tracking everything, the NSA. There's Donna. Hi, Donna. Yeah, BB. He's okay with me. Facebook and Facebook Messenger individually, did you know this? Individually, they both have 86 permissions on our phones. Lewis says, I'm convinced that smartphones, wait, what's that? It's going fast now. Smartphones are one of the worst inventions of our times. None of the conveniences are worth the trade-offs. Totally agree with you, totally. Oh, there's Deb. Hi, Deb. The fires in Spokane, Washington were partially started from smart meters. Houses burned from the inside out. Yeah, I don't like those either. They know when you like a post or follow someone. They know more than that. It's so creepy. Every time I talk about like, I want these shoes, they pop up. And yesterday I was talking about wanting to be an early education teacher in a few years after my current job. Did they talk about that? Inspiring says, one day we were talking about buying furniture, and like in a half an hour I opened my Facebook and I found all the advertising about furniture. That's exactly what's in here. Okay, so Facebook has 86 permissions in our phone. Google has about 35, but they utilize our information even more than Meta does. You have Meta operating components running in your phone right now. If you turn it off, the three of them, your phone might not work the way it's supposed to. I'm about ready to throw my phone out the window and and go with the wall one. There's Jamie. Hi, Jamie. Our privacy is gone. Yes, it is. You're right. Raccoon says, I've been involved in electronic communication for over 50 years. Take my word, we are being monitored 24/7. See, this is another thing I love about you guys. I have so many experts on the Beach Report that we all learn together. Hey, Marco Polo. Hey, Marcelo. Yeah. Oh, hey, Ashley. Everyone's on tonight. This is great. So, Jill, I do still haven't used my landline. It seems like the landline is the only thing we can trust, and a lot of people don't even have that. So, one of my friends wrote this. I did a lot of research on this yesterday, and I was stunned. I would have a telephone conversation with a girlfriend, and her and I made one comment about incontinence, and we giggled about it. The next time I open up Facebook, boom, there's an advertisement for Depends urinary pants. Yep, that's how it works. Thank you, Marcelo. My landline was $75 in North Carolina. Yeah, you pick up your phone and it's listening. Even if your phone is off, it's still watching you. And you guys have noticed that you talk about something and the next thing you know, there's an advertisement for it. Happens all the time. Well, could there be an advertisement for JillBooks.com? Because that would be great. So then I'll talk to my friends about a specific item. While I go on YouTube, it's all about that item, and I've never searched for anything. Right, that's how it's working. Hi, Ed. So the only way that you can't be tracked is if you get some kind of phone that uses an operating system, graphite or graphene operating system. Raccoon Man, what do you know about that? Tate has landlines, and it has also been and it's also been hacked. So even the landline's not good enough. Yeah, everybody talk about JillBooks.com. Please consider buying a book. And by the way, I'm just gonna say this, like I say it all the time, but I do want you guys to think about how lately people are so hungry for real people to be in front of them. You must realize by now that the people in Hollywood are not real people. When you go watch a movie, those are not real people. All of the TV shows, not real people. Then you come on, and if you've been hacked, it's really bad, bad situation. It's happened to way too many people. Americans especially seem to be targeted victims of hackers all the time. And it does seem scary, Nicole, but at the same time, you can't have any fear. If you're a Christian, no fear here. Don't be afraid of anything. They want you to be afraid, and that's why they do it. Thank you, Donna. It does feel like we're trapped. We're damned if we do, and we're damned if we don't. But there's got to be something that we can all do to get ourselves out of this mess that technology has put us in. Because I think it was Ron that said earlier, it does seem like there is no good reason for the smartphone. Any convenience we get is not worth the problems. All right, tell me about reading your Bible. I can read my Bible too. I've got my Bible here. So, catfishers are horrible scammers. Yes, because they go after your romance. They try to get you into a relationship with them. How many people do you know who have been catfished by a romance scammer? Me, I know. One of my best friends actually. It was horrible what happened to her. Ever since Homeland Security Act passed, we are being watched by the government, and they are not worried by any foreign threat. We are the threat to the government. Yes, and especially those of us, family members of the Beach Report, we are all threats to the government. Real people, true information, kindness, humanity, so rare nowadays. And that's why I'm here. I am one of the last journalists standing. We should always give testimonials, I believe, Nicole. I think it's great. It's my favorite too. Mondami got thrown out of Staten Island today. I heard about that, Jamie Crow. That is a sign of the times as well. Good evening, Amos. Yes, we know what you're trying to say. Woman, American woman, get away from me. American woman, mama, let me be. Don't come knocking around my door. Don't want to see your face no more. Colored lights can hypnotize, sparkle someone else's eyes. Now, woman, I say get away. American woman, listen to what I say. I gave testimonials and this group on YouTube got jealous. People get jealous. They do. They get so jealous. No one's allowed to be jealous on the Beach Report, though, because we don't play that jealousy game. That is a good song. Connie says the tech warrantless searches won't be the issue when our grids go down. And when they go down, so do the water systems. That's bad. We have to learn how to purify water by ourselves. I don't know if it's even possible to fight back against the encroachment of technology on our lives. I know, Louise. However, I think we can fight it in some ways. And one of the ways we can fight it is by not giving in to the fake technology. Take me across the water because I need some place to hide. I stole the rancher's daughter, and it sure hurt his bright-eyed. I don't know. You didn't have to get rid of that, Donna. I think it's just lyrics. Well water. That's good. They've messed with everything, including our water. Yeah, you know that bottled water that you buy? How they stole the water, and then they make you pay to drink it, and now it's got microplastics in it. Oh, pray for Scott Lebedo. He was at the right place at the right time. Thank you, first responders and God, that we still have him. So for those of you who don't know, Scott was actually confronting Mayor Mondami and had a heart attack, but God willing, he will be fine. Get through that one. Hi, Paul in Kentucky. Glad you're here. Got a little doggy staring at me. You guys, you should see the... Wait, I'll let the doggy out. Hold on. Because I'm pet sitting, don't you know? All right. Come on, little doggy. Come on. little Mocha. You want to say hi to everybody? Can I pick you up? No. He's like, no, you cannot pick me up. See the little doggy? Oops, where'd he go? There he is. Dog cam. That's Mocha. So yes, I am dog sitting this week. Hallo, Schweizer. Hey, Cedric. Ich bin auch Schweizerin. So I love music trivia, Paul. Everyone knows that. Spoiled food. Yeah, I heard some sirens in the background too. Well, it is Fort Lauderdale. It's a big city. Woher kommst du in die Schweiz? Eagle, you fly across the water into the misty morning and sun. Nobody ever asks you where you're going. Nobody knows where you're from. What song is that? Is that a song, Marco Polo? I do love song lyrics, and I will start singing at any moment. Yes, the dog knows not to go in the pool. Now where did the dog go? Mocha! Mocha! The big problem with that dog is he is so little that he can sometimes escape. Come on, Mocha, we're going in. Come on, baby. Let's go in the house. Mocha. Come on, baby. Let's go. This way, Mocha. Mocha, come here. Come on, we're going in. It is so hot outside. I have to go in. Come on, Mocha. Let's go, baby. I didn't lose him. I just saw him. I think I'm going to have to run and get him. Yeah, hold on. Mocha. Come on, Mocha. Oh, it looks like he's doing some business. Hey, everybody. I know it's a beautiful pool here. This is a very beautiful home. And I am so blessed to be able to babysit wealthy dogs. They're much wealthier than I'll ever be. Nicolette Larson, that's who you're talking about. Not Nicole, Nicolette. She's one of my favorites. John 9, 1-12. Oh, why don't we read that? That sounds good. Mayor Mandummy is limiting people to what they can buy in the grocery stores. I know, how dare he. All right, hold on, you guys. I have to go get the crazy dog. Oh yeah, he's still doing his business. Come on, baby. Oh, he's still doing a lot of business. He's assumed the position. We'll wait till he goes in. Big Lon. Hey, Big Lon. Yeah, Mandami the commie. Yeah, but we can't know before you go, right? You gotta go, you gotta go. Looks like he's gotta go a lot too. Such a little dog. So many poops. All right, I'm gonna go grab my Bible. Good Lord. I'll tell you what, if there's a bowl of water on the floor, I'm gonna kick it every time. Every single flippin' time. It's just a bowl of water, but I always have to kick the bowls of water. All right, come on. Come on, little dog. Let's go. Let's go in the house. Come on, baby. What are you doing? Come on, buddy. All right, here he comes. Good boy. Did you get all your business done? Good boy. Okay. Now we're gonna head into the house too because it is so hot outside. Turn off my fan. Okay. Woo! Yeah, so beautiful here. Okay, what was it? We're gonna read John 9, 1 to 12.
Oops, wait. Let me show.
And look who I found. This emoji. How much cuteness is this? All right, we're gonna read it, Nicole, because that sounds like a good one. But first, everyone has to say hi to the Moch.
Ooh, say hi to everybody.
He's like, yeah. This dog looks so much like my dog that passed away 2 years ago. I feel so blessed that I can babysit him because he's nothing like my dog, but he looks like him. And he loves me a lot. Okay, all right. They saw your cuteness. You gonna go hang out now? Go hang out with your brother? Okay. Good boy. Such good little dogs, too. Oh, do you have to go out now, too? All right, go ahead. Everybody's got business to do now. He's like, can you come out with me? Well, then come back in. I'm not going out. Come in. Okay. Oh, my goodness. Give wine to the women you love. Seeing goals, sing your heart away. Sinners, send the children play. What is that, Marco Polo? Hi, Linda. Okay. So I'm looking for John. Talk amongst yourselves. Matthew, Mark, Luke, John. Okay. Ready for some Bible study on the beach report that we love? Oh, yes. I love this one too, Nicole. You're so right about it. I'm happy to read this. All right. Check myself before I wreck myself. I think I got to turn the fan on again. It's still hot. Okay, Darla's ready. The Word became flesh. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God. And the Word was God. He was with God in the beginning. Well, Genesis does start it all. I do love Genesis. But I know Genesis because I was raised Jewish, so reading John is a treat for me. Through him, all things were made. Without him, nothing was made that has been made. In him was life, and that life was the light of men. The light shines in the darkness, but the darkness has not understood it. There came a man who was sent from God. His name was John. He came as a witness to testify concerning that light, so that through him all men might believe. He himself was not the light. He came only as a witness to the light. The true light that gives light to every man was coming into the world. He was in the world, and through the world was made, and though the world was made through him, the world did not recognize him. He came to that which was his own, but his own did not receive him. Yet to all who received him, to those who believed in his name, he gave this right to become children of God. No, this isn't the one. You said John 1. That's what I'm reading. John 1. John 1. What are you reading? Do tell. But I do love this one. Children born, not of natural descent, nor of human decision, or a husband's will, but born of God. Oh, John 9. Okay, I gotcha. Here, we'll skip over to 9. Eight and 9. Oh, this is a good one too. You don't think grandmas can be beautiful? I'll tell you what, my grandmother was the most beautiful woman I ever knew. And you know, beauty is not just skin deep. You have to be beautiful inside and out. Okay, Jesus heals a man born blind. As he went along, he saw a man blind from birth. His disciples asked him, "Rabbi, who sinned, this man or his parents, that he was born blind?" "Neither this man nor his parents sinned," said Jesus, "but this happened so that the word of God might be displayed in his life. As long as it is day, we must do the work of him who sent me. Night is coming when no one can work. When I am in this world, I am the light of the world." Having said this, he spit on the ground, made some mud with his saliva, and put it on the man's eyes. "Go," he told him. "Wash in the pool of Siloam." This word means sent. So the man went and washed and came home seeing. When he said this happened so the word could be displayed, I believe that's Jesus telling us that he does hard things to show us his light, to show his light through us. Absolutely. Thank you so much. Inspiring. Oh, Daniel, you with the biblical name thinks the Bible is just a book of stories. Well, I'm going to read that book of stories and see what happens. John was cool. He was the apostle Jesus loved. Side note fact, John was the author of the books that say that John, the one Jesus loved. Night is coming when no one can work. While I am in the world, I am the light of this world, of the world. Having said this, he spit on the ground, made some mud with the saliva, put it on the man's eyes. "Go," he told him, "wash in the pool of Siloam." I know I read this already, but this word means sent. So the man went and washed, and he came home seeing. His neighbors and those who had formerly seen him begging asked, "Isn't this the same man who used to sit and beg?" Some claimed that he was. Sorry, these words are extremely small. I might need to put on glasses or something. "Whatever you ask in his name, he will do abundantly, more than we could ever ask or think." So true. Others said, "No, he only looks like him." But he himself insisted, "I am the man." "How then were your eyes opened?" they demanded. He replied, "The man they called Jesus made some mud and put it on my eyes. He told me to go to Siloam and wash. So I went and washed, and then I could see." "Where is this man?" they asked him. "I don't know," he said. I will keep going. The Pharisees investigate the healing. They brought to the Pharisees the man who had been blind. Now, the day on which Jesus had made this mud and opened the man's eyes was a Sabbath. Thank you, inspiring. So kind. Therefore, the Pharisees also asked him how he had received his sight. "He put mud on my eyes," the man replied, "and I washed, and now I see." Some of the Pharisees said, "This man is not from God, but he does not keep the Sabbath." That's right, Mr. Mundry. Jesus is the way, the truth, and the light of the world. But others asked, "How can a sinner do such miraculous signs?" So they were divided. Finally, they turned again to the blind man. "What have you to say about him? It was your eyes that were opened." The man replied, "He is a prophet." The Jews still did not believe that he had been blind and had received his sight until they sent for the man's parents. "Is this your son?" they asked. "Is this the one you say was born blind? How is it that he can now see?" "We know he is our son," the parents answered, "and we know he was born blind. But how can he see now, or who opened his eyes? We don't know. Ask him. He is of age. He will speak for himself." His parents said this because they were afraid of the Jews. For already the Jews had decided that anyone who acknowledged that Jesus was the Christ would be put out of the synagogue. That was why his parents said, "He is of age. Ask him." A second time they summoned the man who had been blind. "Give glory to God," they said. "We know this man is a sinner." He replied, "Whether he is a sinner or not, I don't know. One thing I do know, I was blind and now I see." Thank you, Tate. Then they asked him, "What did he do for you? How did he open your eyes?" He answered, "I have told you already, and you did not listen. Why did you want to hear it again? Do you want to become his disciples too?" Then they hurled insults at him and said, "You are this fellow a disciple. We are disciples of Moses. We know that God spoke to Moses. But as for this fellow, we don't even know where he comes from." Yes, he was the only beginning son of God. Exactly. The man answered, "Now that is remarkable. You don't know where he comes from, yet he opened my eyes. We know that God does not listen to sinners. He listens to the godly man who does his will. Nobody has ever heard of opening the eyes of a man born blind. If this man were not from God, he could do nothing." For this they replied, "You were steeped in sin at birth. How dare you lecture us?" And they threw him out. Hi, love, hello, hello. Spiritual blindness. Jesus heard that they had thrown him out, and when he found him, he said, "Do you believe in the Son of Man?" "Who is he, sir?" the man asked. "Tell me so that I may believe in him." Jesus said, "You have now seen him. In fact, he is the one speaking to you." Then the man said, "Lord, I believe," and he worshiped him. Jesus said, "For judgment I have come into this world, so that the blind will see, and those who see will become blind." Some Pharisees who were with him heard him say this and asked, "What? Are we blind now? Are we blind too?" Jesus said, "If you were blind, you would not be guilty of sin. But now that you claim you can see, your guilt remains." A shepherd and his flock. John 10. I tell you the truth. The man who does not enter the sheep pen by the gate, but climbs in by some other way, is a thief and a robber. The man who enters by the gate is the shepherd of his sheep. The watchman opens the gate for him, and the sheep listen to his voice. He calls his own sheep by name and leads them out. When he has brought them out, all his own, he goes on ahead of them, and his sheep follow him because they know his voice. But they will never follow a stranger. In fact, Gretchen's sending out gift memberships. Woo woo! Maverick Bourne got a gift membership. That's wonderful. Thank you so much, Gretchen. Maverick, welcome to the Beach Reports Special Members Club. That's wonderful. Thank you so much, Gretchen. They will never follow a stranger. In fact, they will run away from him because they do not recognize a stranger's voice. Maverick, woo woo! That's so exciting. Jesus used this figure of speech, but they did not understand what he was telling them. Therefore, Jesus said again, I tell you the truth. I am the gate for the sheep. All who ever came before me were thieves and robbers, but the sheep did not listen to them. I am the gate. Whoever enters through me will be saved. He will come in and go out and find pasture. Yay! I know Gretchen is being very specific about her gift memberships. Paul says, I just believe in Jesus Christ and what he suffered for us. People always try and find proof that he actually walked this earth, just like Noah and the ark. It just takes a little faith and trust. I'm so glad you're here, Paul, and you're so right about that. And just reading this, John, and how the Jews didn't believe Jesus and didn't believe the blind man who could now see, it reminds me of growing up Jewish and being told that Jesus was nobody and nothing to me. Sure, he was a prophet, maybe he even was a rabbi, but he was nothing and nobody in my life. And I feel like I was robbed of that as a child, because now I love Jesus so much, I don't know how I ever lived without him. And I think it's very sad that there are Jewish people who won't accept Jesus and won't accept him as their Lord and Savior because the Jews told them not to. And I think that if if God really loved the Jewish people, he would not make them wait thousands and thousands of years for the Messiah. And he didn't. He sent us Jesus. And that's why I now believe. It's just a little part of my testimonial. Here, I'm going to keep reading. Yes, Gretchen, you're called to do this, just as I'm called to do this, just as many of us are called. Because nowadays, as we were talking about before, there is a lack of reality in our worlds. In fact, we are all walking around watching television. I don't know, do you still watch television? I'm not perfect or as anyone else, but I have Jesus Christ in my heart, so I'm pretty good off. I feel the same way. However, there are people these days who want to believe in things that aren't real. And even when you watch TV, even YouTube or whatever, and you see all of the AI stuff going on, you have to understand that those are images, craven images meant to deceive us, meant to make us think things that aren't real. And I think that these days it is destroying our society. Yes, sharing and caring are so needed. And thank you so much, Gretchen, for saying that. Who let the cats out? Giggity says, I set guidelines because I'm hurt and fragile and I hate free speech. What does that mean? Why would you hate free speech? Are you just a troll? Anyway, I don't know what that's supposed to mean, but it doesn't make me frustrated, but it kind of does. People walk around saying that being saved is a free pass. I can do what I want. And so many people say they are saved, but their heart says otherwise. Well, it's not for us to judge anybody else. And I'm not going to look at you or you or you and say, well, whatever you think makes you, a good or bad. It's not my job. That's God's job. I don't judge anybody. There are certain people that I don't want to be around because I protect my peace. And look at Maverick. Wait, Maverick. Oh, yeah, no, Maverick, we know you. You are allowed to be a moderator. There you go. Maverick's a moderator. We know Maverick now, so I think you all can agree that Maverick should be a moderator. Just live your life the way that makes you happy. Well, Daniel, that's good to a point, but I think there are certain rules that we do have to follow, because if everyone just does what they want that makes them happy, it sometimes encroaches on other people's peace. I'm not judging them, but it's not about what the Bible, but it's not what the Bible says, and we are the ones that have to tell them, hey, let me tell you about my Jesus. Well, exactly, Nicole. It's not for us to judge them, but it is for us to explain to them why we love Jesus. And Daniel is still here, so you are listening to what we think about Jesus, and maybe you'll understand too. Hi, Jody. God is the only one who saves. We are just messengers of his gospel. That's so true, too. Hi, Natasha Peach. Good to see you. All right. Yeah, be careful with your moderator abilities. Daniel thinks that people don't like Jesus freaks, but hey, Daniel, everybody on this show right now, I'm pretty sure, is a Jesus freak, and we're all really happy about it. So if you don't like us, you're welcome to leave, because God gives you free will and discernment. And I'm always confused about people who stick around and watch the Beach Report and just have nasty things to say about us. If you don't like it, go bye-bye. And if you don't want to go bye-bye, but you still have nasty things to say, moderators will take care of you. Hello, Natasha Peach. We're glad you're here. And Anthony Corrado is in the house. Hello, Anthony. Welcome. Glad to see you. Everyone enjoyed your show last night. Paul is a Jesus nerd. Anthony, by the way, he's one of the biggest Jesus freaks I know. And I love that about you, Anthony. We're just talking about how we're Jesus freaks here on the Beach Report. Daniel, you denied Jesus to mankind. Jesus will deny you in front of the Father. Well, Jody, thank you for telling Daniel that, but I don't think he's going to believe you. Retired. I'm never going to retire, Lewis. You're watching me right now working. This is my job. And 31 years old, you should find a job that you love and something that makes you happy, and do that for the rest of your life. May the trolls be smitten. No, it's smited, planet. Smitten means in love. Smited means gone. Hey, Susie Q. Oh my gosh, wait, last week I was diagnosed with inoperable cancer. I'm overwhelmed and absolutely terrified. I've never been religious, but I've always felt there's something I can't explain. Still, I'm full of fear. Susie, I'm going to say something to you right now that I want you to take in very seriously. Don't have any fear. God does not want us to be afraid of life. And when the doctors tell you something horrible, like they've told you that you have cancer, I think it's really important now that you look for Jesus and don't look to the doctors. I'm sorry that I say it like this, because my husband, both my parents died of cancer. And I lost my husband at the tender age of 58 to cancer. And in every case, I see people, they get this horrible diagnosis from a doctor, because I don't think anybody says, I have cancer, just I have cancer. You know, it's always a doctor who tells you that you have cancer. Did you ever notice that? Ooh, Jesus Christ Superstar. I love that show. And Louis just said, I'll pray for you. It's never too late to turn to Christ for the righteous. Anthony says, I was taking a quick break from my book writing. Ate spaghetti and meatballs and stopped by the Beach Report to say hi and God bless. So we are dealing with something that is very serious of cancer. But everybody on here has the right instincts. Grab a Bible and read, read, read. He will be your comfort and great joy. And it's so true. I think when you have a doctor tell you this, and again, I'm going to emphasize that a doctor told you that you have cancer. Rebuke it in the name of Jesus Christ of Nazareth and get a second and third opinion. Thank you. Or they tell you you have multiple sclerosis. Yet they're always telling you these things. And I think that if you believe it, then it's going to happen. Not necessarily, but sometimes you internalize these things. Like somebody says to you, or a doctor says to you, you have 6 months to live. And then you die in 6 months. Is it because the doctor told you that and you believed it? I think it might be. A lot of cancer is caused by parasites. Look into it. That's true too, Tate. And a lot of people are looking at anti-parasitics like ivermectin and fenbendazole. And I believe that if you continue to listen to doctors who follow I'm going to say Rockefeller-based petroleum medicine, then what you will be doing is feeding a monster. Now, this doctor told you you have cancer and put the fear into you to make you think that you are not going to live very long. So you are afraid of that. But if you really embrace God and you really look to the Lord as your Savior, you're going to find out that dying is not the worst thing that could ever happen to you. In fact, it's something that will happen to you, and it will be wonderful. I'm not afraid of death. You bought a parasite cleanse. I worry about things from Amazon, Jim. Susie says, I told them I don't want to know any time scale they think I might have. That's good because nobody knows that. Hi, Barbara. Thank you. Jody says, we hand over our will to a white coat. We mentally and implicitly trust them. Any healing power we have within us, we hand it over to these doctors without even realizing it. I feel like I'm going to cry. Jody, that was the best thing that you could say. And I totally believe this too. So Susie, stop believing the doctors. You know, when you think things, you make them happen. It's true. If you have a negative outlook on life, you're not going to have a good life. Now, I've always had a very positive outlook on life just from my life circumstances of being adopted as a baby and being told I was chosen, being told I'm so lucky, I got these great parents, but never really realizing that, oh, I'm so lucky, I just lost my mother. How is that lucky? They took me away from her on the day I was born. How is that a good thing for a baby? It's not. It's the worst thing that can ever happen. And so I have lived this way, believing that the worst thing that could ever happen to me happened on the day I was born. How much worse can it get, right? And I've had bad things happen. I lost my husband 4 years ago. But by the way, watching him die gave me so much respect and so much admiration for life. Paul says, I'm not saying sorry for you because everyone says that. But if you have a higher belief, etc., consider praying. Cancer is an ugly thing. Find a beautiful spot. I feel like we are all on the same wavelength right now. Thank you so much, Tate. Donna has white coat syndrome. I know, I hear you. It is very, I think, detrimental to put your trust in another person, like a doctor. I learned that hydroxychloroquine from your previous live during the Fauci hearings and decided not to take it. Just work my diet and live right, so thank you. You are very welcome, and thank you for telling me that, Maverick. I'm so glad you're here. Glad you're a member now. That's wonderful. Yes, we are all on the same wavelength. So, Susie, I think that you came here for a reason, and you have a whole group of people telling you, first of all, don't be afraid. Read the Bible. I'm gonna just open it up to a page here and see what kind of message God has for you. And we're back at John. Oh no, that's because I was there before and that's not real. Hold on. Okay. My mom was fine, old, forgetful, but fine. She fell and broke her leg and was in the hospital for 3 weeks. She left the hospital with full-blown dementia and had no memory of us. I'm so sorry. Jody, I'm the same. I don't trust doctors either. My father was a doctor, and I'll tell you what, he was not a very trustworthy man. Okay, so this is Leviticus 9, and I just picked this out. I don't know why I'm going to read it, but I guess it will become apparent when I start. The priests begin their ministry. On the 8th day, Moses summoned Aaron and his sons and the elders of Israel, and he said to Aaron, take a bull calf for your sin offering and a ram for your burnt offering, both without defect, and present them before the Lord. Then say to the Israelites, take a male goat for a sin offering, a calf and a lamb, both a year old and without defect, for a burnt offering, and an ox, and a ram for a fellowship offering, to sacrifice before the Lord, together with grain offering mixed with oil, for today the Lord will appear to you. That's right, Jamie. Believe in God and trust him. Oh, Barbara O'Neill is great. Tate is right about that. They took the things Moses commanded to the front of the tent of meeting, and the entire assembly came near and stood before the Lord. Then Moses said, this is what the Lord has commanded you to do, so that the glory of the Lord may appear to you. Moses said to Aaron, come to the altar and sacrifice your sin offering and your burnt offering, and make atonement for yourself and the people. Sacrifice the offering that is for the people, and make statement for them, as the Lord has commanded. So Aaron came to the altar and slaughtered the calf as a sin offering for himself. His sons brought the blood to him, and he dipped his finger in the blood and put it on the horns of the altar. The rest of the blood he poured out at the base of the altar. On the altar he burned the fat, the kidneys, and the covering of the liver for the sin offering, as the Lord commanded Moses. The flesh and the hide he burned up outside the camp. Whoa, wait, what I miss? Random. I have spicy questions. Oh my goodness. Go ahead, Random. Ask them. I personally want a day of celebration when I go on to see my Lord. It's a day of pure joy. That's how I feel too, Jody. Yes, exactly. So true. Okay, Random's got spicy questions. I'm a little worried. But go ahead. You earned the right to ask. Then he slaughtered the burnt offering. His sons handed him the blood, and he sprinkled it against the altar on all sides. They handed him the burnt offering piece by piece, including the head, and he burned them on the altar. He washed the inner parts and the legs and burned them on top of the burnt offering on the altar. I don't know why God wants me to read this part, but I am guessing with all these offerings and burnt offerings and stuff like this and slaughtered oxes, I don't know. I don't think I can read any more of this because it's a lot. But I think the message that we're getting here, yeah, Paul's like, how spicy? All right, come on, Randy, do tell us. There's Fred. Hi, Fred. Welcome. So, yeah, I'm thinking I didn't do very well with that one. Why do we send money to countries? Can we stop sending money overseas? Well, that's really not a question that I can answer other than the fact that I think that the American public has always been very generous. We've always been a generous country. We've always tried to help other people. However, now I think the money that goes to other countries might be stolen. I think that we have so many people in need here in the United States that sending hundreds of millions of dollars to other countries is actually stealing from the American people. That's my opinion. I think it's despicable and I think it's wrong. And I also believe that when you give money to other people who did not earn it and think that it is their right, that they now believe that you owe them, and they will never be grateful for what you give them. Because when you give money to somebody who didn't earn it and then becomes entitled to it, you are creating somebody who now hates you. I know it doesn't make any sense. Hi, Possum the cat. The offering may be just offering up yourself. Good one, Gretchen. And that, I think, is why we just read that part. Yes, entitled. This goes with your children, too. When you raise children and you give them everything and you expect nothing from them, and you think that that is just unconditional love, what it is telling them that they can't fend for themselves. And that's why they will grow to hate you. And it's the same with the other countries. When you give money to another country, you're basically saying, we don't have any faith in you being able to do it for yourself. And that is why they hate you. You think you're being so kind, you think you're doing something to help others, but you're actually giving them the message that they're not good enough. And you are a benevolent benefactor, which I think is not a good feeling for people. I think if you earn the money, you worked hard, you deserve it, then you get it. But when you didn't deserve it and you just feel entitled to it now because you've been getting this money for years without doing anything to earn it, and you start to believe that it should be yours. All right, Randy's got another question. Whoops. Every time I try to heart your thing. Okay. Should we stop giving money to non-Americans that live here? 100% yes. I think we should. Absolutely. These are really good, spicy questions. I like them. I agree. Parents cripple their children. Parents cripple their children that way. Yes, they do. They ruin their lives doing that. Giving away money from America is really taking away from its people, the Americans, taking food out of our mouths, literally. It's so true, Paul. And I think that when we continue to do this, not only are we telling these other countries, well, we think we're better than you. We're just giving you our handouts, and you're pathetic. But we're also telling Americans that your money is no good here. We're going to give it away to people who don't deserve it, and then we're going to feel like, no one cares. Yes, and we shouldn't be taking money away from regular Americans to give to Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk. Facts right there, facts. This is fun, random. Should the people who came here under Biden go back home? Yes, they should go back home. I believe in helping people that really need it, though, says Paul. But the way you help people who really need it is you teach them. You talk to them. You make them feel like they're worth something. Because giving people things makes them feel like they're not worth anything. So it's not really helping when you just give someone money. You want to help somebody, give them advice. You want to help somebody, give them your love. Give them your empathy, but don't give them your money. Kat says, we are the only country that taxes its citizens and gives it to other countries. Thank you. It's ridiculous and it's wrong. And remember Jesus? He did not like the money changers. We have no power over Caesar. That's the kingdom of Satan. We are in another kingdom entirely. Exactly, Paul. Tough love. And it's not tough, really. It's love. Show those other people that you love them, not that you can just give them money and turn them away. Should birthright citizenship be removed? Hell yes. I love these questions, Randy. These are great. Let me tell you a little bit about birthright citizenship. People from other countries are using it to infiltrate America. I don't know if you realize, thank you, Watson, there are a lot of Chinese people born in America simply on a, their parents came over, gave birth to them here to get them to be American citizens. Now they live in China. Someday they're going to come back. And when they do, God help us then. Yes, Jesus Christ flipped them tables over. Yes, he did. So I'm very concerned about birthright citizenship. And I was very upset to hear our Supreme Court, like, literally ruin that for all of us and make it now a thing to come to this country, have a baby, make them American. And now all of a sudden you've got an American citizen who doesn't care anything about America. My own children were born in Switzerland, and I had to have them naturalized. Becoming Americans was something that I chose for my children. They didn't have it just automatically because I'm an American. And they'll never be able to be president either. How many genders are there? Dose. Oh boy, that's another one that just gets me. And those people who think that God made a mistake with them. Yeah, I was supposed to be a boy, but now I'm a girl. God made a mistake. God doesn't make mistakes. I'm American and was born in Orlando, Florida as a baby. American, so I'm 100% American. Yes, you are, Paul. And so am I. Everyone's like, two genders, that's it. This is great. Randy always adds something to the conversation. You're so wonderful. I think America is cooked unless we start to set our foot down and start prioritizing our well-being over that of people who hate us. Amen to that. Luis is so right. What is a woman? Hello, right here. A woman is a person born with 2 X chromosomes. That's what a woman is. That's actually, a girl becoming a woman. People should have to live here 1 year before their children get birthright chance. At least. I don't think they should get birthright chance, actually. I don't think anybody should have birthright unless both your parents are Americans. And you've got a history of being an American. Thank you, Paul. I'm glad you're here. You definitely belong. I hope you've liked and subscribed and consider maybe joining our members group because I think you fit in perfectly. Yeah, Jamie's an American woman. American woman, stay away from me. American woman, mama let me be. Don't come knocking around my door. I don't want to see your shadow no more. Colored lights can hypnotize, sparkle someone else's eyes. Now woman said get away. The H-1B program, that is the, that's where they give American citizenship to people who were brought over. Am I right? I think. The people who were brought over by their parents illegally, right? I don't think they should be citizens at all. And I'm sorry if they're raised in America and they feel like they're American citizens. Do it the right way. Now, you want to talk about immigration, and I have done immigration in several different ways myself. Wasn't there a public hearing with some doctor, and the simple question was, can a man get pregnant, yes or no? Her response was a comedic act, but more like a tragedy. Yeah, I remember that, Sam. It was, I believe it was trying to give somebody, like, Health and Human Services leader or something like that. Crazy. So crazy. Yes, we can talk politics on here, Paul. Absolutely. Just be respectful. How long is your hair length? I know it's a weird question, but I like your hair. Let's see, how long is it? Well, I don't measure it, but pretty much down to almost the bottom of my back. I'm growing my hair actually for a good cause. Well, I've always had long hair, but I'm growing my hair really long right now because there's this organization called Locks of Love. And they take only non-processed hair. So your hair can't be colored, it can't be permed, it can't have any chemicals in it if you want to donate your hair to Locks of Love. And my hair has no chemicals in it now, since I've grown it out, and it's his full gray color. But there are people with hair that's gray, and they maybe had cancer or alopecia or lost their hair for whatever reason. And, hair is super important to people. I like President Trump. He's the best. Paul, you so belong here. You are part of the Beach Report family. No H-1B is people brought in to do a specific job. Oh, thank you, Possum, the cat. Okay. Brought in to do specific jobs. Well, I think that's fine. I mean, that's it's temporary status. You have to earn it. It's a good thing. Yes, what is that? Donna calls me a hair farmer. So I'm a hair farmer, for real. I'm farming it. I'm growing it as long as I can. And then I will cut it, and I will donate it to Locks of Love. And I'll do it in front of you all, so you'll get to see that happen. Oh, H-1B. Well, we just figured out what it was. I didn't know what it was. I thought it was the people who were brought over by their parents. So no, it's giving jobs to foreigners. And there might be some instances where somebody deserves to have that job. I don't know. I just feel like let's give the really good jobs to the Americans first. How about that? That's what I think. I think we have this great big country full of something like 350 million people. And if you can't find someone to do your job, what are you doing? I don't think that we should be focused so much on helping people from other countries anymore. We did, and look where it got us. So yeah, I'm more of a nationalist these days. I think that's called a DREAM Act for illegal. Yes, you're right, Sam. That's the DREAM Act. You're right about that. Yeah, H-1B is bad. That's what Kat says. So yeah, I mean, I'm thinking if it takes a job away from an American, then get rid of it. These are great questions, by the way. President Trump and our awesome military is going to take care of Iran. His patience is just about out of gas. Yes, everyone's is. And I don't know why it's taking so long, but I am not in that position. So I'm just going to let my amazing president do his job. As someone in tech, I can tell you that H-1B is heavily abused. There's a lot of nepotism and exploitation in it. There's a lot of BS behind it. Thank you, you guys. I did not know this. So we're all learning about H-1B. Has stolen hundreds of thousands of tech jobs from America. Cheap labor to India. Look at what the CEOs of Google and Microsoft. Look at who the CEOs of Google and Microsoft are. Yeah, I think those ones were the dreamers. God bless our military. Indeed. Indeed. Really great questions. We'll take some more. I think it is really important that we focus on Americans now. And one of the problems that we have in this country is that our young people are feeling hopeless and lost. And that's why a lot of times I'll be doing my show and some young whippersnapper will come on and make fun of us being old and say nasty things about being old because they're jealous, because they feel like they're never going to be happy like we are. My heart goes out to all the young people in America right now. Hey, Sasquatch. Thank you. A lot of young new grads are struggling to find jobs in the richest country on the planet because 90% of the jobs are being shipped overseas. Exactly, Luis. And it is destroying the youth of America. Might be the reason why a lot of them are turning towards socialism. Communism dressed up as socialism. Americans are suffering because for the past 50 years, our government and the technocracy, I don't know how to say that, have outsourced all of our jobs. Random says, nuclear strikes on countries we don't like. Well, I think, have we done nuclear strikes on any countries lately? Or do you mean like back in the day with Hiroshima, Nagasaki? I don't know. I wasn't aware that we were using nuclear weapons against anybody, but that sounds really bad. Or they got degrees in gender studies or basket weaving and can't find jobs, thankfully. Yes, there's that too. They will never have the knowledge, wisdom, and common sense we possess. We're happy, and they're jealous. They can't even write in cursive anymore. Half-truths, that's sad. You're best to take your money and leave America. And it's turning gay and satanic. I know, I wish that wasn't true. But no, I agree with half-truths, Darla. Gay and satanic. He's kind of bright, you know? I'd put that back up. Because I agree. Thank you, Darla. Darla with her itchy trigger finger. Maverick said yes. Jamie says yes. Yes to our young people getting discouraged. It's apparent. Church and schools. Hell yes. Put church back in the schools. Have us say the Pledge of Allegiance, or have our kids say the Pledge of Allegiance every day like we did. Our kids are turning to bad drugs and social media platforms. I learned cursive in the 3rd grade. Yeah, that's when we learned it. There's Joyce. We have not used a nuke since Japan. That's what I thought. Yeah, we're not nuking people. We're actually using nuclear for energy. But yes, we need church and school. 10 Commandments, yes, absolutely. And it can be non-denominational. That's how we grew up. I grew up Jewish, but we still learned about God in school, said the pledge daily. I pledge allegiance to the United States of America, in which it stands. Look, I can't even remember it anymore. Pro-choice or pro-life? Oh, that's a big question. Well, I was an adopted child. And in 1965, when I was born, it was illegal to kill me. So I stand before you as a result of not killing babies. Yeah, oh, you're back, Nicole. Pro-life all the way. It's still important to learn cursive. All our most important founding documents are in cursive. Oh, Luis, I don't know if you saw my show the other day. They are getting rid of those important documents. They are shredding them. They're getting rid of our national archives all across the country. And they're taking those documents and they're literally giving them to AI to so-called copy them And you know how AI copies things. And they're shredding them. So kids won't have to know how to read cursive because it won't exist. They're killing it. And to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty, with justice for all. Oh my gosh, what's wrong with my brain tonight? Darla says abortion is murder. God says thou shalt not kill. Thank you. Agree. These are such good questions. If you could eliminate one federal agency, which one would it be and why? Oh, that's super easy. The Department of Education. I think that should be gone. Out of here, no more. The Department of Education is responsible for illiteracy and children not even knowing what sex they are anymore. Glenn Beck has a museum for such things, and it's massive. Thank God for him. Agree. The IRS, so that's another good one. I'd get rid of that one too, simply because taxation without representation is tyranny. If I didn't know better, I'd say America has been sold to China. Here comes flock and data centers just like China. 100% half truths. I totally agree with you. And I love President Trump, but when he starts talking about AI and data centers, I have to wonder, what's that all about? I don't like it at all. Good. I know, I took the pledge every morning before class too, but look at me, can't even say it. If you could ask the president one question and were guaranteed an honest answer, what would you ask? Ooh, that's a good question. I would ask him, why data centers? Why are you into AI and data centers? This is what I want to know. If I have anything I want to know about, it's that right there. I feel like there is some kind of ulterior motive with these data centers. You know, one minute we're being told that global warming is going to ruin our country and take away our natural resources and such. And here we have data centers that not only take up land and destroy natural resources to build an ugly building, but on top of that, they use a lot of water. And water is our most precious natural resource. President Trump isn't afraid of China or North Korea or anyone. What's one policy from the opposite political party that you actually support? Ooh. That's a tough one. Oh my gosh. Yeah, super chat. Awesome. Oh, no, I'm sorry. I didn't see it, Nicole. Send it one more time. Chat's going fast tonight. And the farmers are selling us out. They own the land. I can't think of anything the left does that I like, that I agree with. Honestly, I'm having trouble coming up with that one. I'm afraid for our data center to be built. I know, me too. Hi, Peter. Some time ago, you talked about your hair. I also liked your fascinating hair. Can you show your hair properly? Can you not see it? It's all over the place. Here, I'll just see. There you go. Hair, hair, hair everywhere. Should I sing the hair song? Is that what you want? Yes, I was born Jewish, or raised Jewish. I don't have enough time to think about that one. I still haven't come up with anything. Anybody else coming up with a policy they like from the left? I don't know. We're outside. What does that mean? Does it mean you don't have a home? I would love to just have a casual talk in the Oval Office with Trump. I'd get him fired up. He's already fired up. I think he needs to calm down, maybe. No, he's so funny too. He's like the funniest president we've ever had. I just don't see this AI thing being good in the future. I know, neither do I. And it's actually destroying people's brains and turning them into idiots. I don't know, intergalactic. Are you like a person? I don't know what you're doing there. Someone might have to get rid of intergalactic. Uh, what's one political opinion you have that people who usually agree with you would completely disagree with? Well, I guess it's the abortion thing, because there are people who totally disagree with me on that one. And it makes me really sad, especially with my experience. I have really close friends who say things to me like, you know, if you weren't born, we wouldn't know and we wouldn't care. You know, and I'm like, that's rude. Yes, my hair is natural. You mean President Trump hates NBC, CNN, and ABC? I hate them too. I hate them a lot. That's why I do the Beach Report. You're looking at Jill TV, the Beach Report. It's like, what else do you want? It's honesty, it's reality. I am a reality show. I've been doing this for more than 10 years, so you get experience with your Beach Report. I'm a real journalist. I actually went to journalism school. I wrote for the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette for many, many years. So I don't like fake news, and I am not fake news. I was born in 100% American man. Good, Paul, me too. I was born 100% American woman. Okay, what's one law you think almost everyone would support changing, but politicians never seem to touch? That's an easy one. Right now, the SAVE Act. Yeah, why don't we make it so the only way you can vote in America is if you're an American citizen? How about that? Isn't it strange how like 80% of, I see your chat, Nicole, but I don't know what question. Yeah, I'm sorry. There's a lot of people. You're going to have to just keep putting it on. That's all I can say. Copy and paste, copy and paste. Yeah, so the SAVE Act is a big problem. More than 80% of Americans, that is both sides, Democrats and Republicans, we want to see the SAVE Act get passed. And that's a huge problem. Hi, Bass Girl, I'm glad you're here. I know I love sharing live music, and I have some of the best musicians in the world here on the Beach Report. We're super lucky. Yep, voting. Yeah, copy paste, Nicole. Do it now. They want vacationers to vote. Exactly, Joyce. They want fake Americans to vote. They want to cheat. I heard, I think Ocasio-Cortez said something like, the SAVE Act's unfair, then only Americans can vote. Okay. Let's see, Random's got another question. What's one political issue where you think the average person is actually more reasonable than politicians? The SAVE Act, right there. I think realizing, every one of us realizes, if our votes are not secure, if even one vote gets stolen, then forget about it. It's just, we have a senator with purple hair. That tells us everything we need to know, Paul. We're still not seeing your question, Nicole. Do it now. Do it fast. Yeah, I think the thing that the government, the politicians right now are ignoring the fact that we, the people, really want the SAVE Act. Okay, out of questions. That was fun. That was so much fun, Randy. Thank you. I loved it. Yeah. Thank you, Joyce. 202-224-3121 is the Senate switchboard, and you can call and make your voice known. We all have to take control of the government today. You know, there are more of us than there are of them. Connie said, I called my senator today and left a message to cancel their August vacation and get to passing the SAVE Act, Senator Tim Scott. Thank you. Every one of us needs to do that. Just type it and not copy and paste, says Darla. Yeah, I think that the biggest deal and those questions, I love how you asked them too, Randy, because you did get to a point where I think the most important thing right now is the SAVE Act. And if we don't make it so that our vote is secure, yeah, your question's not coming up, Nicole. If our vote isn't secure, then what can we trust? Nothing. Thank you, Joyce, JillBooks.com. Check it out, buy a book. Betty just bought hers. Where's Betty when you need her? Betty, please. Betty, pick up. Yeah, got to send a book to Betty. And sometimes when you put a question or something on here, they'll take it off or they'll change it. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Anyway, crazy stuff these days. All right, anyone else have any good questions? That was so much fun, Randy. Thank you so much. Yeah, all the people against Trump. That's disturbing too. Because then you think, if you're against Trump, are you for destroying our country? If you could force every politician to answer one question under a lie detector, what would you ask? How much money have you taken from foreign entities? That's what I'd like to know. That's a good one. All right, Nicole, go for it. So funny. I'm sorry, some of these hidden chats are hilarious. I'm going to start tuning into you. We the people is important. Paul, exactly. That's why I do the beach report. Are you trying to help us or you? Wait, who are you talking about, Joyce? But yes, we the people are the most important at this point. People against Trump, all they talk about. Why are the bad people not being prosecuted? Oh, that is another good question, Kat. And by the way, you know, all of these questions are for all of you, not just for me. Just so you know that. We all need to answer them. Skin tone. That's horrible. These illegal voters aren't just voting on people, they're affecting your municipal budgets, school police, etc. Thank you, Gretchen. That is so true. Okay, one more. If you could erase one law from the history books, which one would it be and why? There's a lot of laws, but one law that I think is particularly unfair would be, I think it would have to do with policing people and watching people. And I don't even know if it's a law, but I think that like the flock cameras and everything, any law that condones spying on people. Oh, let's talk about the here, I know. I'm going to read you a chapter from my book. This is about a law that I think has really destroyed our country, and it's called the Patriot Act. And I wrote about it when it was first passed. Let me see if I can find it here. So for those of you who don't know, I wrote a book about the way 9/11 changed our society. Wait, I'll turn the camera around so you can see what it looks like. Like it was yesterday, a journalist file since 9/11. That's me. I'm just Cohen now because that was my ex-husband's name. And I got to take this over here. I'm going to lose power in a minute if I don't plug in. It's always something here. Food stamp recipients can't have a husband. Oh yeah, that's not good. That's a good one, Joyce, to bring up. What scares me the most in America is the police. I agree, half truths. I think that the police are taking their power a little too far these days. I totally agree with that. Okay, so get a little light here. Okay, this is a chapter from my book, like it was yesterday. 9/11 screwed up the police. Now everyone is a terrorist. That's what I'm going to read for you, half truths, exactly. Oh, wait, I meant to not hide you. Stick 'em up says, as a 16-year-old, I knew back then we caused 9/11. Well, I don't know about we, but maybe our government. The eye in the sky. I am the eye in the sky. Looking at you, I can read your mind. I love that song. Or they are told to stand down like Mondami in Portland. Exactly. Well, if you're a criminal, then you love the police these days. They'll take good care of you. Bye, HR. Thanks for joining. I wonder how many of these people in the chat are under 15. A few. Definitely a few. Yes, Alan Parsons Project. So much good music, right? Okay, I'm going to read to you from this article or from my book. It's a chapter in my book, but it started as an article I wrote for the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette in October of 2004. Yes, the police have been villainized, exactly. You mean people are looking to them as bad, or some of them are bad though, Joyce. Some of them take it too far. Yeah, most of us are over 50. I don't know. Actually, I think we're all different ages here. I know that some of my viewers are teenagers and some are older. So I'm not bashing cops, Connie. I'm just saying that there are problems in the police department. It's not that the cops are bad. I think cops are very good. It's just that I think that there are policies and rules that go against we the people. And I think part of the problem is the whole surveillance mode and flock and all of that. So don't misunderstand me. I'm not bashing cops. I'm bashing a system that is making the cops have to do the dirty work. So, oh, you have a live too, HR, cool. The mayor controls the police actions. That's true too. Okay, so here's where I think it started. This is the problem, the Patriot Act. So yes, all occupations have bad eggs, absolutely. But I think when it comes, it's not the police so much, it's the justice system that no longer works. Our justice system is irretrievably broken at this point. And every time I cover a story that has to go to court, I notice it's just a shakedown. It's all about how much money can we get out of the people, especially the poor people. They're the ones who are most often represented in all the court cases I ever see. I see a lot of poor people, and they want to fine them all day long. So, okay. Let me read to you about the beginning of the Patriot Act. This was in 2004, and this is when it started. In an effort to educate the public about civil liberties issues, the National Council of Jewish Women hosted a panel discussion at Temple Ohav Shalom, and this was in October of 2004, regarding the facts and ramifications of the USA Patriot Act to a mixed community crowd of nearly 100 people. So this discussion was actually held in my synagogue. Oh, that's a lot. I want half-truths to put that up. America must be destroyed and rebuilt in a good way. I agree. I agree that there are so many problems right now. I don't mean that it needs to be destroyed, but I think that everything needs to be kind of revisited. Anyway, I think this is where our problems actually began. This is 5 panelists who examined the pros and cons of the Patriot Act and how it affects national security, as well as citizens' rights to privacy. And don't forget, this was written in 2004. The Patriot Act had just been enacted, and people didn't know what to think about it. According to U.S. Attorney Mary Beth Buchanan, the Patriot Act, which was almost unanimously passed by Congress 45 days after 9/11, is misunderstood by most Americans. The Patriot Act is a series of laws that improve our country's ability to detect illegal immigrants, updates the law to be current with technology, and lets FBI agents share information with national security officials, according to Buchanan, adding, and some people believe it limits our rights. Vic Walczak, ACLU Pennsylvania litigation director and Greater Pittsburgh chapter legal director, said he agrees with 95% of the act, but criticized the secretive way in which investigations are being handled. Walczak pointed out that Section 215 of the Patriot Act gives the FBI the power to covertly spy on American citizens and permanent residents without probable cause. And a gag order prevents anyone from ever finding out about it. The ACLU is currently challenging this provision in court. This was back in 2004. Cindy Ritchie, director of the Mount Lebanon Public Library, agreed with the ACLU's concerns. She said this: every citizen deserves equal access to information, as well as respect for their privacy, and library materials are confidential. She said that the act puts those rights in jeopardy. If a librarian gets a subpoena, she can't tell anyone about it, not even a lawyer, said Walczak, noting that the gag order prevents citizens from knowing whether or not the government's authority is being used or abused. Who's going to be bold enough to stand up for somebody else's rights? He questioned. Pittsburgh FBI agent Jeff Killeen, however, made it clear that the act is a necessary tool in protecting national security. Oh, sure, the FBI agent believes in it, right? Yeah, right, Sebastian. On 9/11, I was standing in Somerset next to a hole in the ground, and I don't want to go there ever again, said Killeen. This isn't history, this is now. And the threat remains because Al-Qaeda wants to hit us. Preventing another attack is our first priority. Killeen noted that the FBI is aware of terrorist cells that currently exist in states including Oregon, Virginia, New York, and Ohio. They're probably in everyone now. Oh, yes, yeah, get truth back. Half truth is cool. Yeah, we're talking about 3-letter agencies. Exactly, Connie, exactly. According to the FBI agent, the Patriot Act has been very beneficial because it allows federal agencies to share information, he said, adding that the FBI rarely resorts to Section 215 measures. And then President Trump runs for office, and all bets are off. And that's what happened. So true. Any talk of destroying America is sedition. As far as I can tell, that's what the socialists are trying to do now. Well, that's true too, but that's not what half-truths meant. I understand what half-truths was saying. Everyone calls it 9/11. I just call it a very bad time for America and its innocent people that just went to work that Tuesday morning. Their families suffered too. I was so mad and sad. I know, right, Paul? That's why I wrote this book. Ken Gormley, professor of law at Duquesne University, talked about the historical aspect of executive branch power during times of crisis and war. I was ready and willing to fight. Yes, you were a teenager, right? All the teenagers were. Another reason why I wrote this book. This book is about people like you, Paul. Exactly. We are dealing with a shifting paradigm, he said, noting that with the events of 9/11, American soil has become a field of battle. Some of these legal actions will most likely be deemed sedition. Gary Shermer of McCandless is a teacher and an attorney, as well as a member of Temple Ohav Shalom. I found the discussion fascinating, he said afterwards. I think the government has really gone too far with the Patriot Act, and there's a grave danger in not reining them in. He was right. I'm interested in protecting our security, but giving the government carte blanche to make up the rules as you go along is dangerous, he added. Who will be the next target? We now know that it was President Trump. Oh, wow, you were 31, Paul. You're older than I thought. You're my age. Are you Gen X or a boomer? Because I thought that people our age were not trying to go into the army. It was usually the teenagers, so I give you a lot of credit for that. Attorney George Contos of Squirrel Hill said he was impressed by the information presented by the panelists. The secrecy of the act was the most compelling part of the discussion, he said. Not being able to seek counsel seems contrary to a bedrock principle of our country. Initially, I thought certain portions of the Patriot Act were important to national security, but I continue to have reservations about the provisions discussed here, and well, you should. In addition to discussing the Patriot Act at Temple Ohav Shalom, the NCJW assembled other panelists to speak about reproductive rights. And then there's that. And then there's that. But a 31-year-old can fight. I'm 55 now. Okay, Gen Xer. Yes, we Gen Xers, we can fight. Absolutely. I'm 60. And I couldn't shoot a gun, but I do have my power of the pen. So there's that. Anyway, I wrote this book at a time where we did not realize that the Patriot Act would actually be one of the biggest downfalls with President Trump being spied upon and all of the nastiness and subversive behavior that went on there. Sebastian is 32 now. I can indeed fight and shoot a gun. All right, I get it, you guys. Okay. Yes, if you are interested in this book and you want to buy a copy, it's on my website, jillbooks.com, and you will get a free peacock feather with your purchase. Peacocks I raised myself, by the way. All right, what else do we want to talk about? We want to go into this. This is a lot, but I think it's really important to talk about it, especially the way that our country lost so much more on 9/11 than just, the loss of life was catastrophic in and of itself. But because of the Patriot Act, we lost much more than that. And here we are. Here we are. Makes me want to sing a song. You know what song I'm going to sing? I want you to sing it with me. If tomorrow all the things were gone I worked for all my life, and if I had to start again with just my children in my life, I thank my lucky stars for living here today, 'cause the flag still stands for freedom and they can't take that away. And I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me. And I proudly stand up next to you and defend her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA. From the lakes of Minnesota to the hills of Tennessee, across the plains of Texas, from sea to shining sea, From Detroit down to Houston and New York to LA. Well, there's pride in every American heart, and it's time we stand and say, everyone, that I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me, and I gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA. Boy, that was not my best rendition of that song. Sometimes it's so hard to sing Acapulco and not have the words or the music or anything in front of you, so give me grace. President Trump has suffered, not by his own will. He's suffering for Americans, period. He doesn't need to, but he loves America and its people. And you know, Paul, I believe that the one driving force that makes President Trump do what he's doing is his grandchildren. Anybody who's a grandparent, and I am so happy to be in that amazing club, all we care about is the future. Bye, Nicole. It's so important for us to think about the little kids, the little babies right now. And if you haven't noticed, there's a baby boom going on. How many of you have a baby in your life? And I know we've got Ashley. She's bringing 2 new babies onto the Beach Report. This year, it's like babies are being born left and right. Every time I turn around, I see another little baby. They are everywhere. And you know what? Half-truths, you can't care too much. It's okay. I know. I feel like sometimes that I just care too much, but you care, and that's important. And yes, Paul, his grandchildren are really nice kids. And I especially love Kai. But I love Kai's little sister, Chloe. She's always been my favorite. But yes, President Trump is a family man. And no, he's rich enough that he doesn't have to do what he's doing, but he's doing it because he's rich enough that nobody can say that he's doing it for money, even though they still say that, or he has any kind of ulterior motives, because he doesn't. And they can't buy him, and they can't buy him off. Hi, Scovey. And that's why they hate him so much. And it's very sad, I think, that there are people who loved President Trump and all of a sudden now they hate him. And I'm like, why? It makes no sense. Rich people can be nice too. Absolutely. Well, like I always say, I never got a job from a poor person. Just saying. I think that people who work really hard, and President Trump definitely works really hard and realizes how much it takes, not just to run this country, but even just to run a family. Yeah, Half-Truths is on. Glad I met you. Humanity needed to change, and Trump came in like a wrecking ball. Yes, he did. And I think that it is groups like this, all of us on the Beach Report. God bless President Trump and his family, absolutely. So we all understand what's going on, and we know why President Trump is president. And I don't know how anybody could hate a man with such a sense of humor. And some people think that he's a braggart, or they call him racist. He's the opposite of racist, by the way. But he is somebody who actually really cares about other people and not just about himself. Yes, we are. We're clicking. I love it. We're having a great show tonight. I hate to leave, but it is 10:15. It's getting kind of late. I've been on for 119 minutes, and it seems like it's just time flies. It always flies. Yes, he speaks his mind, which is so refreshing. And another reason why I think we all love President Trump is because he's very real. Even though he's a billionaire, I still feel like if I met him tomorrow, he'd be really cool, you know? Like he's a real person. And I know people who know him. I know people, they tell me that he remembers your name when he meets you once. Or Jamie Crow on here has met President Trump. Had the honor of giving him a hug. That's what I would do. If I met President Trump, oh, I'd give him the biggest hug. All right, anything else? God bless and good night. That's it. Good, thank you, Paul. Sometimes it's hard to leave the Beach Report, but I will sing one of my favorite Beach Report goodnight songs from The Sound of Music. So long, farewell, auf Wiedersehen, good night. I hate to go and leave this pretty side. Do 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 do. So long, farewell, au revoir, auf Wiedersehen. I hate, I'd like to stay and taste my first champagne. Do 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 do. I know, Gretchen. I'm gonna kick us all off in a minute. So long, farewell, auf Wiedersehen, good night, auf Wiedersehen, adieu, adieu, adieu to you and you and you. Do, 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 do. The sun has gone to bed and so must I. Whoa, Rom 3365 just got a gift membership. Woo woo! Lucky you. Thank you, Gretchen. So long, farewell. Auf Wiedersehen, goodbye, 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 good night. All right, you guys, I'm all talked out. I'm gonna have to go to bed myself. All right, everyone, we'll see you on tomorrow's Beach Report. Love you too, Marco Polo. I'll see you guys in the morning, okay? So stay tuned because I'm gonna try to get to sleep real fast so we can do a nice morning show. I don't know about sunrise. We haven't seen the sunrise here in Fort Lauderdale. We've had some really crappy rainy weather, so. All right, you guys, see you tomorrow. Ciao for now. Thank you guys so much for being on tonight's